Hey YouTube, and welcome back to Psalms 2 Cents. I am very excited about today's video because it is my first actual typical cologne review. This video is going to be my top 10 summer fragrances of 2020. Just a little bit of background before I get things started. This is going to be in order. I know when I watch videos on this stuff, I always like it when there's an order, even if I like the 10th one best. With saying that, obviously, like I said in my previous video, fragrances are super personal. I'll explain why I like the top 10 and why I put them at different spots. But at the end of the day, you know, you could love the 10th one more than my first one. I should also mention that I do have all of these scents, whether they're in full bottles or at least a sample. So you won't ever have to worry about me not having smelled something that's on my list. For something like a top 10, I feel like that's a no-brainer, but I feel like I should at least mention that. So without further ado, let's get this thing rolling, and here is my top 10 summer fragrances. I'm still new to this. Coming in at number 10, we've got Tom Ford's Oud Mineral. Gives you, in my opinion, the best salty sea ocean type of vibe when you're looking at these sorts of fragrances. That is what summer is in a lot of senses. I chose this above some of the ones, for example, Bulgari Aqua Atlantique is a very popular salty sea fragrance. I just think the blend of the Tom Ford is just way better, and I think it's actually worth the price. I know it's going to be a lot more than the Aqua Atlantique, but I just love the blend, and that little bit of oud in there I'm a huge fan of because it gives you that summery vibe, that salty ocean breeze, but it also adds in that little bit of a darker element. So this could be maybe like a sexy sea ocean dinner with the candlelight flickering type of vibe is what I think about with Tom Ford's Oud Mineral. The reason it's at number 10 is because that salty ocean breeze isn't always what I'm feeling. I don't love the salty ones always, and so that's why it's coming out at number 10, but it's so well blended it had to be on my list. I couldn't leave it off. Coming in at number 9, I've got Moth Club de Nuit Milestone. In case you don't know Moth already, they're basically a clone house. And what that means is that they take more expensive fragrances and actually make clones of them for a lot cheaper. And I think Moth has some bangers, some very, very well done clones. And for the price of them, most Moths you can probably get for under 50 bucks on fragrancebuy.ca. What you're gonna get with Milestone, its clone is of a fragrance from Creed called Millésime Impérial, which is supposed to basically clone that watermelon-y, that juicy watermelon. I absolutely love this because it reminds me of summer. Like I said, this is why it's on my list. The reason why I chose this over the actual original, which is Creed Millésime Impérial, is because of the massive price difference. For Creeds, you're spending upwards of $200, $300, and these are at discount retailers most of the times too. But with Moth Milestone, you can grab it for about 50 bucks. I think this is a great value buy if you are into the melony, specifically watermelony vibe for the summer. Coming in at number 8 is a very, very popular fragrance from Bond number 9, and this is called Bleecker Street. What jumps out at me in Bleecker Street is the blueberry. It's actually a way more rare note that you would normally find. So I think that's what makes such a difference. It gives you a little bit of a different fruity feel. Bleecker Street for me was one of those super coveted fragrances that I couldn't get my hands on no matter how hard I tried. Finally found an awesome guy on Facebook who's willing to give me a small kind of decant sample of Bleecker Street. And the reason that it's only at number 8 in my list, it's a little bit pricey if you have to pay full price, and performance isn't amazing. So it's only at number 9 because, or number 8. Sorry, I forgot my own list. Number 8 because of those two things, but the smell is so good that I had to have it on there. And at number 7, we've got Nishane Hasavat. think it's Hassavat. Nishane Hassavat is a really, really awesome fragrance. And what you're gonna get with Nishane's Hassavat is a pineapple-y vibe. That's the best way of describing it. I don't need to go into too much details. This is essentially Nishane's way of tackling the Aventus feel. I love Hassavat because it'll give me, I want to say 90% of what Aventus gives me, other than the whole idea of, oh, I'm wearing Aventus. I'm sick, I'm feeling dope, I'm gonna wear Aventus today. That's the only thing it doesn't give you. So 95% of what it gives you. In terms of the smell, it's pretty spot on. What I like about Hassavat, the reason it's on my list versus Aventus is price. I think value-wise, you're gonna get better with Hassavat. Although it's not cheap, it's cheaper. The reason I have it at number 7 on my list and not a little bit higher is because basically for years and years now, that pineapple vibe has been replicated and mended. People just love it so much. You know, you have so many countless, you can make a video all on its own on different pineapple ones. And so that's why it's only number 7. You're not gonna smell super different than maybe the odd person that's walking by because of that pineapple vibe. But had to go on my list. It smells amazing and it actually lasts pretty good on my skin too. Coming in at number 6 might surprise you guys a little bit. But what we have is Prada Long Low. The reason I say you're probably surprised about this is because it's not a super exciting fragrance. When I was making my list, I knew it had to be in there, and I was kind of surprised myself that I put it so high at number 6. I think what it really comes down to is how wearable Prada Long Low is and its versatility. And those two factors alone, compared to some of the other ones that I've talked about from 10 through 7, it's even more wearable. It's almost more strictly like a water, and I know that's obvious, it's called Long Low, which is water in French, I think. It's got iris in it. It's just a very basic fragrance, but it lasts a decent amount of time on my skin, and it's so wearable. I know this is a very popular office scent. It's super inoffensive, and it's just one of those blind reaches. You know, you're going out, you don't really want to think about it too much. You just spray a bunch on. It's not going to be too cloying. It's just a really, really good summer scent. The amount that I use it, it had to be higher than some of the other ones on the list. So number 6, Prada Long Low. And we're halfway through the top 10. So I'm just going to do some stretches. All right. Number 5 on my top 10 summer fragrances of 2020, we've got Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. The way I said Bal d'Afrique, it almost sounds like Bal d'Afrique, like Bal d'Afrique show or something. D'Afrique, like as in the Africa, or of Africa, I think actually. Of Africa. I don't know what Bal means. Anyways, it's about Africa. So what you're going to find is just an awesome blend of ingredients that I can't even put a nose on. When I do these reviews, I really want to, as much as I want to look up some of the notes beforehand, I do that. But I only talk about them if I can really explicitly smell it. Bal d'Afrique, I don't even get a specific note that jumps out at me. And the reason it's number 5 is because nobody has ever smelled it and said they didn't like it. Nobody. I haven't met a single person so far that has smelled that and said, that's not for me. It's just got that magical, Definitely check it out. Bal d'Afrique by Byredo, number 5. Coming in at number 4, we've got Creed's Virgin Island Water. In the fragrance world, we just say VIW and everybody knows what you're talking about. The reason I've left this on there and I haven't included, let's say, a better value clone of it is because I haven't smelled any clones of it, to be honest with you. What you're gonna get with Virgin Island Water is a really amazing lime and coconut vibe. It is the tropical vacation you've been dreaming of in a bottle. When you smell it, it's summer. Virgin Island Water, I don't think you can wear it. As much as I say wear fragrances whenever you feel fit and whenever you want to, I just can't see it in any other season because it's so summery. If I do smell a very good value clone of it that I think is close enough, I will let you guys know, because this is something that's gonna go through the roof if they ever make one. So Creed's Virgin Island Water, that tropical vibe in a bottle, coming in at number 4. Made it to the top 3. These are all bangers. In fact, I actually love them so much that 2 of the top 3 are stocked away. I recently moved and they're stocked away in bubble wrap. So I can't show you the bottle, but I will once I move back. It was really hard to put these in order. So with number 3, we've got Bulgari's Aqua Amara. And Aqua Amara is a funny one because if you check discount retailers, you can get it super cheap. Last year around this time, there was a big rumor going out that Aqua Amara was actually getting discontinued. I think that was a little bit of a lie. Maybe it's not a lie, but it's so available on discount retailers still that it boggles my mind. I don't think it's discontinued. What you're gonna get is the aqua, obviously in the name, kind of watery. You're gonna get Sicilian mandarin, so that orangey water vibe, which again screams summer. The reason I like Amara so much is because it has a little bit of a darker feel to it than a typical really fruity, fresh summer fragrance. And this is really key versatility wise. You can wear this during the day. I don't think it's too dark to wear during the day, but you can also wear it at nighttime. You throw on Bulgari Aqua Amara, you won't be disappointed. It's only at number 3 because its counterpart Aqua Atlantique is so well received. Whereas the other 2, they kind of stand alone for me, and that's the only difference between this and the other 2. Coming in at number 2 is not a super well-known fragrance, but it's near and dear to my heart. I love this thing. It is Jardin Exclusive by Mancera. Now, Jardin Exclusive is one of those hidden gems for me that I actually only found last year when I was in Paris. And I went to a very... well, I was going to say very particular Mancera store. It was the Mancera store. So I got a chance to test out a lot of different Manceras that you probably wouldn't even get your nose on. And so Jardin Exclusive is just one of those that jumped out at me for some reason. For the summer, it was perfect. What you're going to get with Jardin Exclusive is a pear and white peach vibe. That's what I get with my nose. I looked it up on Fragrantica. That's also what they get as well. The pear is super pronounced. Not so much like the pear that you'll find in Ultramall by JPG, Jean Paul Gaultier. It's a less club-like, less super sweet version of it. I love Manceras. They might be one of my favorite houses because you're gonna get that amazing quality, but not for the super high prices of, let's say, Creeds or other really expensive ones. You usually, with Manceras, you can get bottles for under 200 bucks, but full bottles, not just the small ones. And so it's pretty good value. I really highly recommend you checking out Jardin Exclusive. I would say that it's leaning pretty heavily into the unisex world, but again, I kind of like those fruitier ones, and this one just smells so good. The bonus for me is that my girlfriend loves this on me, which is heaven sent. She's very particular finding ones that she really likes on me. It has a special spot in my heart because of that. I do want to show you the bottle as well. Nothing else to say. Jardin Exclusive at number 2. Number 1, numero uno, eins. Number 1 on my top 10 summer of 2020 fragrances is not a super new fragrance, but it is so special to me. It was one of the first ones I purchased when I really got into this, and at its price point and its uniqueness, for me, it's a dead set number 1. I couldn't go anywhere else with this, and this is Versace's Man Eau Fresh. It is great, lasting, it's cheap as well, and for me, the kicker is that it's got a very pronounced starfruit note. Starfruit is not one of those things you normally see in fragrances, and when you combine that unique note that is blended so well for a Versace fragrance, it's unfound in this world to find a $40, $50 bottle of that quality for the summertime. To me, it's got watery, it's got summer in a bottle, starfruit, amazing. It's just so good. This actually was the closest thing I ever had to a signature scent because of how many I have. It's hard for me to just choose one. I wore it to the gym, I wore it out. Anywhere you can think of in the summertime, Versace Man Eau Fresh has got you covered. At least give it a try. It's gonna probably surprise you at number 1, but there you have it, guys. Versace Man Eau Fresh. There you have it, folks. My top 10 summer of 2020 fragrances. If you have any comments, concerns, you really hated the list. Hopefully not. Please let me know in the comments what you thought. If there's any ones that you wanted a little bit more detail on, specifically reviews, you just let me know and I will get that done for you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you again for listening. It's your boy Sam, back with another cologne review. Please stay on the lookout for my next video. I will be dropping that sometime next week. So stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.